Hello, welcome once again to Print Island. My name is Richard Askham. It's an exciting day here on Print Island, ladies and gentlemen, and because we have a brand new channel to launch. And it's no surprise, as you will have seen, because he's already here, that the host of that new channel is Jacques. Jacques, tell us all a little bit about what it is you're going to be doing on Print Island.
Well, guys, folks, I've been in the industry for quite some time, yeah, over 30 years as well. And of course, we saw a lot of change in the last couple of years as well. The balance between the different techniques, people, products, and one of the products that always stood out for me was actually let's say the premium, higher value print packaging products with some emotion in it. And we see that this gains momentum again, a bit like a counter stream against, I think, the digital noise or the digital vague or the wave. And like, as we are on Print Island, of course, there also needs to be a harbor, where people or stories can dock, and get some time and get some in-depth, let's say, talks or insights in those types of products, so that they lay very short to my heart. Like I said, it's like a premium print and packaging, large format and label, but that has that extra value to it. It's a bit, like I said, like a countering to that swift experience where people often see a lot coming by, clicking, but I mean it doesn't stick very long. And I think that print, especially that premium print products, I'll have some here later on to show you just quickly. I think that will make a difference in 2026 and the years to come, because that really conveys emotion. And I think that is absolutely necessary nowadays, against a bit like the very speedy and quick information you get online on all the platforms we all know.
It's a lovely idea as well, Jacques, because of course every island needs a harbour. Harbour is a safe place to shelter from the storms that are ravaging the world that we're all experiencing in many different ways.
Yeah.
It's full of nice boats, luxury boats at one end, smaller boats at the other end, but everybody's welcome in the harbour. And of course, now you are the new harbour master on Print Island. You can talk to anybody that arrives and by sea, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are a lot of challenges that we face, a lot of them, but I do think that to go forward, I think you have to spread a positive message. And I think that print really has the ability to spread that positivity and the smile on the face, the experience, I don't say that commodity printing isn't fun. It doesn't have to be very complex, but stuff like this, where you have like an element of surprise, that in an invitation or whatever. So many great examples of and techniques that are available nowadays, but that bring that extra smile. Even people that have an iPhone, you still have your box probably. I have
I
mine.
do. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
It's an experience, and it gives you kind of a nice feeling. OEMs and also PSPs and people around, they have stories to tell. So much fantastic products they do. And that's something that I want to emphasize a bit more on, like in the coming year, just to tell those stories and also to explain. I think that is also very, very important, because in our industry, even the younger generations, I don't think, and in the brand agencies and stuff, not all of them, I think, still have that knowledge or have had that experience how to get to those products. And it's not necessarily very, very expensive. And there are different techniques, different ways of building such an experience through print. And it's actually there that I want to emphasize on. And speaking with the OEMs and other people around, I mean, that's what they really want to bring to their audiences, and to let them know, how do you get to these products? How do you do it? And what are the possibilities? So I'll be talking about products, technologies, but also, of course, the people and the PSPs who make this happen.
And of course, the joy of what you're planning to do with the harbour this year, Jacques, is not just tell the industry something that it already knows, but actually tell the world outside, beyond Print Island, the
Exactly.
brands, the agencies, the consumers, the customers. We're quite fortunate now that our reach goes all the way around the world from print island. We've started to think of ourselves as Spotify for print. So if you want to learn something about the industry, all of that content is free to view. Anybody can come to Print Island and see and get information and education that they wish to. But you're going to be focusing on that luxury market, maybe down at the shiny end of the harbour in the big boats. But it's stuff, it's interesting. Certain parts of the industry knows, but it's the world beyond the industry that we're trying to inform, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many people that are in touch with print, that need print, but they don't necessarily know how to get their hands on what they want. So in one way, it's I wouldn't say too educational, but informative. And the idea would be also when I will be talking about some product or printed piece or even a service for that matter. The idea is that in that episode, I will try also to get like a condensed white paper in, with like a condensed how did it come about, that they can also afterwards relate to that information, and that they can also see who's providing, who did you talk to, where can I get it, or where can I get my information from. And I think that is an aspect that we sometimes miss nowadays on online channels, that you kind of, I wouldn't call it a roadmap, but it's a bit like a chart how it's done and where can I get it if it's of interest for you.
As you rightly say, the information, you can watch and listen to an interview, and that's great. But does the depth of that information actually go into your brain? But if you can have a follow-up white paper, as you rightly say, which is something that we produce for every channel, then it becomes information, it becomes education, it becomes all of the things that the industry wants people to have, but largely never gets the time to deliver. A trade show isn't that place because it's lots of snatched conversations here, there, and everywhere. We just don't get the time these days to sit down and go into things in detail.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's exactly why I'm happy to call it the harbor, because you have to dock your boat or whatever it is, and take a minute, it doesn't have to be half an hour, but take a minute to take it in, to look at it if it's of interest, and basically then afterwards get out of it what you need. And nowadays, I mean, it's getting to a point where it's also attainable. Before it was like, ooh, it was very exotic, and that must be very expensive. But now with all the new technologies and tooling that we have, it's now at grasp. So
Yeah.
you only have to know what it is and where to get it, and who can provide.
So you're inviting people to sail to Print Island. You're going to help them refuel and restock with information, and then you're going to set them free with a map of how to get where they're going.
Exactly. And not to lose sustainability out of the back of your mind, we can also raise the sails.
Very good. Brilliant. Well, listen, Jacques, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome you to Print Island. I'm really looking forward to this new channel. It's launching very soon. If you're watching this, please do come and talk to us if you'd like to, of course, be a guest on the harbour. We can put you in touch with Jack and you can have that conversation. But for now, Jack, thank you for coming to Print Island. I'm really looking forward to the harbour opening in 2026, and I wish you well.
Thank you very much. So for now, ahoy, and see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Skipper.
Cheers. Bye.